Welcome back to Sepp and Shelley's DIY. This is the stand where we were in our last film. We were halfway through finishing off this coffee table that we were turning into a bench, and today we've got to take the legs down a bit because, as you can see, it's a little bit too high for me. We've got to take about 7 centimetres off the legs because on top of here we're going to add some upholstery. I'm going to make some pillows around the back. We've got to put some oil on top of it all so that the colour matches the legs down below, and then we should be finished. Oh, Mr. Sepp's just come back. He wants to give it a little fine sanding over. Mr. Sepp has made a template that's 7 centimetres high. He's got a saw and he's going to place it on top of the template, and he's just going to saw into the wood just a little bit, which will then mark the wood. Then he's going to go around the next edge and all round all 4 sides of the leg, and then we're going to turn the table or the bench on its head and then saw the legs off. So that the edges don't split, you use the wood file and take off a little bit of the edge of the leg. And this is what it should look like once you've been round the whole of the edge. So all 4 legs now are the same length. And now we're going to make the upholstery on the bench top. So we've cut a piece of plywood down to the size of the inside frame of the bench. We're going to drill some holes in the plywood, also through the table. Then we're going to use these hooks which are going in the plywood, and then on the table it will be screwed on with this screw. So this is in the plywood, this goes through the table, screws on together, holds it into place. And then we're going to upholster the plywood, screw it into position. Now I'm just going to take it off. 1, 2. What we have to remember to do, it's the most important bit so we put it on the way around, is mark the front. This is here, the front of our seating. Okay, now we can cut the foam to size and finish putting upholstery on the top. I've got the base of the seating and I've got some foam and my marker pen, and I'm going to draw around the foam. Then I'm going to cut the foam. I'm then going to put the padding on, the 1 centimetre padding. Then I'm going to cut out my material after I've measured how wide everything is. And I'm going to do all this time in fast motion because we've already done a film showing you how to upholster in a similar way, and that was my DIY wooden chest makeover. So if you want to see everything in slow motion and detailed, then watch that film. So there we have it, our finished upholstered base. Markings for the front so we can see where it goes. Now all we've got to do is attach it to our bench. We've turned the bench top upside down so that we're going to apply around all the edges now a teak oil. The final bit now is just to screw the base of this upholstery onto the bench. Mr. Sepp's going to help me, I hope. Here's the finished bench. Now all I've got to add is the pillows, and that's our bench finished. And wow, from table to bench. Another good job. So this time we haven't got a Sepp blooper. This was a Shelley blooper. Look at it, what a mess. Mr. Sepp's killing himself laughing. Oh no, he's not laughing now. What a mess.